Hi, and welcome back to Drama Recap. It's Ronnie, your favorite drama recapper here on YouTube. And today we are going to be talking about one of the OG drama stars on YouTube, Shane Dawson, and his best friend, Jeffree Star. Shane, a couple of days ago, released a new series entitled The Cancellation of Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. And in this series, and in the first episode that it was released, basically he is going through the last 2 years, and it's kind of all jumbled together, where basically him and Jeffree were planning on releasing a sequel palette to their conspiracy palette. Summer of 2020 happened, they decided to not release it, and now Shane is basically making this series where originally it was going to be an examination of himself, but now it's more an examination of what happened with him and Jeffree and why this palette, this makeup collaboration is never coming out. I have a different theory. Now, full disclosure, I've not watched the episode, and I do not plan on watching the episode. This video itself is going to be more of a kind of construction around this episode and what this series that he's releasing means, and what Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star mean to the internet and to YouTube and to the makeup industry, although I'm not in the makeup industry, so, take that part of the video with a grain of salt, I guess. I very much disagree with this series being released. Obviously, I have been very critical of Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star in the past, and that is not something that I ever plan on changing. I always am going to view them as bad people, as people who capitalize on the misfortunes of others, who will purposely put other people down and will step on anyone to get where they need to be. And not saying that that is necessarily exclusive to them. Obviously, a lot of people do that. For them to basically do it so publicly on such a public platform like YouTube, and then on top of everything with the racism, the sexual misconduct, the just bad behavior, the grossness that these two have exhibited, there's no possible way that even for my own YouTube video can I sit down and watch an hour and a half video of Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star trying to sell me a product. And I know that in the video and in the concept of this is that they're not releasing this palette. It's basically just going to be like a behind the scenes look at what happened and why it's never going to come out. And I don't believe that. I fully think that they plan on releasing, if not this palette, a very similar palette. I think they are going to basically be like, here's what could have been, and their little fanboys, fangirls, whoever still actually likes them is going to be like, oh, it's so beautiful, I wish this was able to be released. And they're either going to release that exact thing, or they are going to release a very similar product, and I can guarantee you that that similar product has already been created and is waiting to just be shipped on out for whoever wants to buy it. I don't think there's any possibility that this video series is not going to end with another opportunity to make money, because if it's one thing that Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star can agree on, it's that they both like to make money and make other people feel bad. And that's just, I think, the truth of the matter. And that is my own opinion. That is my truth. That may not necessarily be the exact truth, and you can have a different opinion. You can have a different vibe about what this series is and what this means, but I personally just don't believe what they're trying to sell to us. I think it's really uncomfortable with how they both have handled the last 2 years, not really taking accountability and never truly apologizing and always trying to deflect the situation, and it was always someone else's fault, and they really give off a victim vibe. Like, they always think they are the victim in every single situation that they've been in, that they've never done anything wrong, and that's just not the case. But yet they still are here making tons of money, and you know what? I don't even care about that part. Like, money is obviously a really important thing in this world, and people will do whatever it takes to make sure that they are taken care of and that their loved ones are taken care of and that they feel comfortable, especially in this current world where corporations are just trying to bleed all of us dry and cost of living is going up for no discernible reason. There's no legitimate reason why things are doubling, tripling in price from 6 months ago to especially a year ago. You can blame the whole 2020 situation and everything, but there's no reason for it to be like this. So for them to have this perfect brand opportunity of releasing this and coming off so sad, like, guys, we wanted you to have this so bad, but we just can't, and then for them now to release a product. Of course, I could be totally wrong. Maybe they really aren't going to release a product, and this is totally just a series that they're creating that still will make them a lot of money. Like, yeah, this is released on Shane Dawson's channel, but it is 100% a collaboration between Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star, and I'm sure they will share whatever profits come from this video. They're slimy, they're weird. Like, I can't get behind this, and I still can't see how people can support them and support their product. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And the fact that there's going to be 2 more episodes, like, I think there's going to be more than 2. I think he will stretch it out. I think he saw this as the perfect opportunity to, once again, kind of take some heat off him. Shane Dawson was obviously getting a lot of backlash over the last month or so because he has hired a man to be an editor for him that has a lot of allegations against him relating to minors that he may have taken advantage of and have done some things to and said some things to. I don't know why people were shocked. I mean, I think it's very clear that Shane knew about these allegations. There's no way that he didn't. You know, when you do a background check on someone, especially a public figure like this, you're going to find that information. He just didn't care. Like, he didn't care because he himself has done some really bad things, obviously, relating to minors, and I just don't think that Shane sees that kind of thing as a big deal, unfortunately, sadly. And so he hired this guy, and he got all of this, you know, backlash, and people were really mad at him, and people were like, how could you do this, Shane? Like, what the hell? What is this? And then he comes swooping in. He's like, I have all this footage. I have this product really ready to go, and now we're going to send it out, and this is going to take over the headlines with me. When you Google Shane Dawson, this is what's going to come up first, not that other stuff. And to me, that is just sick, and I think that is what is happening. I think that is a huge part of the reason why now is the right time for him to release this series and to do this potential drop with Jeffree. If I'm going to be honest, I really think it's going to be like a holiday flash sale or something that this product is going to be released. There's no way that they are not going to use that opportunity. So that's kind of it. Like I said, I'm not watching the series. I might cover the other 2 parts, or might wait till they're other done, like they are done, and we kind of are at the other end of this narrative, whatever it is. But that's it for me as far as this. There's no way I can give them a view. Obviously, no way I can support them, and I understand that talking about it at all is still giving it a platform and is still indirectly supporting it. But I think there needs to be a lot of discourse about this, and I think there needs to be people stomping this down and calling it out for what it is. And I'm planning on doing that right now. So thank you for watching. Please let me know what you think of this. Obviously, I have a whole deep dive into Shane, kind of post cancellation of summer of 2020, so that will be linked at the end of this video. Definitely feel free to go and watch that. I think I did a really good job at kind of explaining some things and giving some thoughts on Shane in that video, so I would love if you go ahead and gave it a watch. And of course, let me know what you think about this current series and current situation that is ongoing. So thank you, and until we have another drama to recap, I will talk to you later.